Today, we wanted to show you how to make a great handmade noodle from the Northwest, Biang Biang Noodles. Now, Biang Biang Noodles are also called Kudai Mian and actually refer to the noodles themselves. This topping here is a simple, classic chili oil-based sort called You Po Mian. It's awesome, but the real constant here is the noodles themselves. These toppings can vary wildly by family and by restaurant. So these noodles actually aren't too hard, so we wanted to show you two ways to make them. The first goes with an autolyse. So to 200 grams of AP flour, add in a half teaspoon salt, give it a mix, then slowly drizzle in 100 grams of water, mixing constantly. Knead that until it just comes together, about 1 minute, then cover with a plate and set it aside for 30 minutes. After that rest, knead it for about 2 minutes to get a nice smooth dough. Now take the more craggly, uneven side and pinch it together to shape just like you were making bread. With the pinch side on the bottom, seal it up by pulling your bread across your work surface about 12 or so times in a couple different directions, letting the friction do the work. Then roll it out and cut into 4 pieces. Then for each piece, pinch where it was cut, both sides on the middle bits, and roll them out into roughly 10-inch logs. Then take a bowl, fill it with 2 or 3 tablespoons of oil, and thoroughly coat each log. This oil helps the dough retain moisture during our next lengthy rest, which will be 2 hours in all. Now, at its core, this should really be a simple homestyle noodle, and I know what we just described annoyingly conflicts with an 8-hour workday. So method number 2, roll and cut. Same ratios, same approach, but once everything's combined, go at it and knead for about 5 minutes. Pinch it in the same way as before, and push it around to seal things shut. Then just oil up that bowl, same 2 tablespoons, and pour an extra tablespoon of oil over the dough. Jiggle it around, make sure it's thoroughly oiled, then cover and rest for 4 to 10 hours. So you can whip this up in the morning, go do your awesome demanding job, and come home to some noodles. Back to our original dough now though. After that 2-hour rest, we are good to make some noodles. Grab a log and flatten it out with a rolling pin. You could alternatively use your hands, but rolling makes for a thinner noodle. Then take a chopstick and lightly press down the middle of it. And now comes the fun part, bianging that noodle. Rest the noodle over your palm and hold it in place with your thumb, then smack that against your work surface about 5 or so times to lengthen it right out. Then from the center, pull the noodle apart where you press down with the chopstick. Some people break one end like us, some break 2, some keep it in a circle, totally up to you. Then immediately toss that noodle in some rapidly boiling water, cooking about 1 minute till it floats, bianging more noodles as you go. Now, for the roll and cut method, here we cut our dough in half because we were working outside on our patio furniture, but for best results, don't do that. If you got the space, roll it all out in its entirety. Just know that you'll end up with a more circular pizza-like shape than what we got here. But either way, cut the dough into 2 to 3 inch wide slices, then cut each slice in half. Then press down with your chopstick, biang in the same motion, pull apart, and boil. If you've noticed, we've also tossed some quartered baby bok choy in with this guy. Blanching your veg simultaneously is always a nice idea. 45 seconds for reference if you're using bok choy like us. After you've worked through those and got a full bowl of noodles, nestle in your baby bok choy or blanched vegetable of choice. Then top it off with a finely minced 3-inch section of leek, 2 large cloves of minced garlic, 4 teaspoons of chili flakes, an optional half teaspoon of Sichuan peppercorn powder, 4 tablespoons of light soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of dark Chinese vinegar, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now, as this is a chili oil topping, we'll predictably be smothering this all with hot oil, so heat 5 tablespoons till it's just starting to smoke, then move it over and pour, aiming for the chili flakes. And now just mix it all up, which can sometimes take a little patience, and devour.
So besides this classic, you'll also see a million types of toppings to Biang Biang Mian. You'll often see tomatoes in it, stir-fried Chinese chives, some kind of meat stew. We also heard that in the US, the most popular one is stir-fried lamb with cumin. So if you're interested, we'll pick a few and show you how to make them in a future video. So check out the other link in the description box for a detailed recipe. A big thank you for everyone that's supporting us on Patreon. And of course, subscribe for more Chinese cooking videos.